Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Sea Wolves Valorant matchup, this time featuring the Kansas Jayhawks. Stony Brook currently 3-0 in their division, Nidalee, and the Jayhawks are 1-1. They have played their bye already, which is why they have one less game played than Stony Brook. So the Seawolves looking to move on to 4-0 with only two more opponents left on their schedule for the regular season, and the Jayhawks looking to get back into the winning ways above 500, always where you want to be on a season. Of course, my name is Kevin Broderick, joined by Nidalee and Ravi. How are you today?
Doing great. Can't wait to see some excellent Valorant.
Absolutely, and you know, we got another matchup in which we were discussing before the game that we believe that Stony Brook is favored in this matchup, looking,
Yes.
at the ranks and based off of the fact that the Seawolves, again, are undefeated. Um, what do you think the Seawolves, we've talked about their confidence and how that affects the way that they just like to take fights. What do you see when the Seawolves are confident versus when they get shaken a little bit, and how do you think that's going to impact this matchup?
I think the Seawolves just hit their shots a lot better when they're confident, and really a lot of their game plans really revolve around just kind of getting the 1v1s going their way. And with a 3-0 lead, I think they should have plenty of confidence coming in here, and none of it's unfounded. I will say the Jayhawks, however, they could be a strong competitor. They had one loss, yes, but they put
Yep.
up a strong showing. I believe 11 and 13-9. Not a bad loss by any means, and their one win was very convincing. The enemy team only getting 5 and 7 rounds in the two maps. I think this could be a very evenly matched game, though I will give the edge over to the Seawolves.
As I would expect, because you really can't start doubting them until they lose that first match.
Exactly.
Obviously they're not playing up against the other undefeated team in the conference, which is, of course, Missouri State University. Then you can start getting into a little bit more of the questions of, well, is this going to be, Missouri moving on to an undefeated record, or will Stony Brook maintain their undefeated record? But nonetheless, we're not there just yet. Stony Brook still have to, of course, get through the team in front of them right now. I'm going to be looking a lot to the players we usually look to, and I think it, at this level, really starts with the IGLs, because I think there is going to be a very big difference between a competent IGL in college esports versus, just someone who said, "Oh, I'll do it,"
Yeah.
And that's where I think having the duality of Kaiser and Gunny as your co-IGLs will help out a lot. Obviously, we don't know who the IGL is on the other side, but, what do you want to see Gunny and Kaiser do coming into this game? Is it a continuation of what they've been doing all season, or do you want to see them turn around on something that you think they've been doing poorly?
I think they shouldn't change too much. It's clearly been working for them, and you don't want to start trying out new things, especially with a strong opponent like the Jayhawks. I do believe if they can get a little more creative, it could be good, because a lot of times when you're fighting against other opponents, if they can start hitting their shots back, the 1v1 plan starts to fall apart, which is where you'll want to pull in some more creativity, some map control, various different things.
And we are getting into the map in about a minute. We got the agent select right here in front of us. Again, I'm going to always turn it over to you. Are you seeing anything that's super shocking right now? I know we've seen a lot of Jet coming out from both these, or not from both these teams, but specifically from Stony Brook on Ascent. Do you want to see maybe a different duelist out of here? No duelist as what's being hovered by Stony Brook right now?
I actually, Stony Brooks already have a duelist, the Yoru, which I think is a
Oh,
very
right,
interesting pick
right.
coming out from them. We haven't seen much of it, I believe, and Yoru is a very interesting agent because he's not like a direct space taker, but
Mhm.
like I was saying, the creativity and map control that I want to see the Seawolves use, he's perfect for that, and I think I'd love to see how it goes. On the other side, I am interested. They have double duelists playing Reyna and Jet, which once again is a very frag heavy comp.
It's
They
very aggressive.
exactly they'll be playing right into the Seawolves' preference of taking their duels, and so now the Seawolves might have to get creative.
It's also a bit of a difference because it's Bow on the duelist this time. I don't
Exactly.
believe we've seen that yet this season, as we are into game on map 1 for Ascent. Stony Brook up against Kansas. It's going to be definitely a good one, definitely one that will decide, I feel, a lot of Kansas's the rest of their season. Obviously, Stony Brook already in a very strong spot for the playoffs at 3-0. But 10 seconds before we get to the start, Stony Brook was very weak in pistol rounds last time we were watching them. What do you want to see in this pistol round?
I'm not sure what we'll see, but I'm liking the way they're set up right now. Hopefully, they'll be able to play around those Cypher trips they've got set up all over B. There is a heavy lean over that way.
Right now we're spectating Gunny, who was so good holding down these sites last time we saw him. 2 aces on the first map. Let's see if he can try to replicate any of that success right now. He was pretty much top fragging on a majority of those maps, at the very least having positive impact. So of course we see the Jayhawks, majority of their presence over towards B, now finally coming back to the mid as this clock starts to tick down towards 1 minute.
They've just taken a lot of space, pushed all the way up, and breaking through the barrier in 3, actually, drawing Gunny back. But all of the Jayhawks are actually still in garage. They've drawn the rotate out from the Seawolves, and this could be a free site. We see Kaiser coming back in, smelling something's wrong, and he sees the push, which
Majestic going to help him out a little bit as Kaiser's going to get pushed into spawn. Bao is there with the Sheriff laying down the law. Bao for 2. And now it's a retake for Stony Brook, but they're in the 5-on-2 advantage. Bao, the furthest one forward as Gunny runs through this smoke to go and support him. Bao, a 3rd headshot, making another, and he gets a 4K on the round. Great job from him, already proving to us why he's on the duelist.
Exactly. Excellent pistol. A good start for the Seawolves, especially compared to how many pistols they lost last time. This is a strong showing from them. Almost getting baited out by the Jayhawks.
It was a very good play. Yeah, absolutely.
We've seen the Seawolves do similar things too, with Jet just faking an entire push. But thankfully, Kaiser actually didn't rotate all the way, and he swung back before the Jayhawks took sight.
And Majestic, coming over from the connector area as well, was able to, lay down 1 kill before falling back. So, it's exactly the kind of impact you want from him, because it takes away the attention from Kaiser and really just threw a wrench in all of the plans from the Jayhawks. As now they're going to be on the lighter by Stony Brook with some good guns coming out, as well as much utility as they want. So they should be into the more free win, as Kaiser going for a little cheeky spam and getting a lot of shots returned back at him. 65 HP, so I won't really exactly call him the winner.
A decent bit of chip damage on the enemy server as well, but no real damage to be seen. Once again, we see the Jayhawks pushed up all the way into garage, and over on A, Bao has taken all of Wine, so they know there's no one in A just yet, meaning the Seawolves can kind of just play around B.
Bao on a pistol as well this round, so he didn't buy at all, saving up potentially for an operator, if at the least just building up a better bank. As here comes the hit from the Jayhawks. Kaiser just holding down Mouse 1, now flipping to the other side, getting pinched from 2 different areas, and he will go down, but Gunny there with the 3K will provide his team with enough impact. Swinging out for a 4th, does get taken out by the Reyna. Now Majestic looking if he can make some more impact on this map. 3-on-2 for Stony Brook. Shouldn't be much of a threat right now, but nonetheless, it is a winnable scenario, considering the fact that the Jayhawks have picking up some weapons. Majestic spraying and praying around the corner, but Bullseye's in with his 3rd. Now it's really interesting. Abel has to play his life strategically. 2 low HP on the other side. Abel getting in off the flash and will get both kills required. Stony Brook to the 2-on-0, but Middleman, that was messy.
It got dicey there. They kind of pushed a little hard trying to control Spike that was dropped there on the stairs, dropping a couple guns that Ares from Kaiser going the way of the Reyna, letting her get 3 kills with it. A little bit of damage done for them. Not much of a bonus coming through. We see Gunny. He's only on a Sheriff, but we've seen what he can do with a Sheriff. So
we've seen what he can do with pretty much any gun, and that's usually holding down a site.
Bao does have a full Vandal here on A.
Important for him. Again, we were seeing headshots out of him off the Sheriff, so the Vandal makes a lot of sense if he thinks his aim is on point. Definitely more of a mid take right now for the Jayhawks. They've feigned some pressure towards B the last 2 rounds and then taken B, so it looks like they do have a little bit of strategic depth to them.
They've cleared all the deadlock util entry, and it's just the Jet now kind of right around the corner from Gunny, and Jammies does win out that fight, taking down Gunny, and now it's a quick push-up into A side.
Jammies for a second before getting shut down, so Kaiser does have to replace his teammates. Makes that obvious sound cue. They alerting Jayhawks to exactly where he is. Stony Brook probably going to be iced out of this round as Majestic only with the Sheriff and has to retake a full site. Is doing his due diligence and clearing out all of these corners. Has a feeling there might be a player lurking, but can he clear it out properly? Does find War. That's going to be a gun for him. Wouldn't be a terrible save for Stony Brook considering now it's a 3-on-1 as well. And Majestic, can you do it in the 1-on-3 for the 4K?
Location revealed and swings into 2 people, and that's the end of that.
It looks like he definitely wanted to go for it. Obviously, I don't know if that was the best decision for him, but Stony Brook on a bit of a weird buy right now. Gunny already bought into it. I don't know if he's going to undo that or look to drop anything over. Abel with a gun as well. Majestic not buying anything, now getting a Vandal. So looks like it is going to be a buy coming out from everyone on Stony Brook. Obviously, winning the 2 rounds, they shouldn't be in terrible economic shape.
Not at all. And now you may notice they've shuffled the location of their Sentinels. Now Gunny is over on B while they've got the Cypher Trips over on A. Hopefully we'll see if that can change their trajectory on gun
Looks like
rounds.
it might be fast A right now as Abel has to be very careful with these jump spots. If he shows a little bit too much, he could get his head ripped clean off. Looking to throw out a smoke now. That might delay this push by a little bit. Drone coming in to scout everything out, and there goes the Jet onto site. Abel in a terrible position, and Jamie's going to drop him. Bullseyes for a second. The double duelist doing exactly what they need to do. 3 entry frags onto site, and now Bao is left to retake with Kaiser in a 5-on-2, and realistically no way to get in.
Bao doesn't even have a gun. He's left on a Sheriff since he bought the previous round. Kaiser finds a nice shot with the Outlaw, which could be a gun if Bao can get in, but now blinded up.
To make anything of this. There's 2 under heaven, 1 up top that they spotted out and tried to spam, but Bao needs to go forward for that gun. Kaiser with a second, making things interesting. Bao swinging out, not going to get War, and he'll spam through the walls for another headshot onto Kaiser, and that will be it for the 4th. 2-2 score equalized.
A quick take coming from the Jayhawks. They completely overfought the defenders on A, both Majestic and Abel falling at almost simultaneously.
And like I said, double duelists coming through.
Exactly.
You need the entries to go your way, and obviously double duelists should be stronger on the attacking side. So you definitely want, if you are a Jayhawks fan, you definitely want to see them take as many rounds they can in this first half.
Now we see a little bit of a push coming out on A. Bao equipped with the Stinger playing up close to the one-way, but no one's here to contest it. War is on a very deep angle, and so is the rest of the Jayhawks. They haven't really pushed up anywhere at all.
Definitely taking this round a little bit slower, but just like in the pistol, they can still get onto site late with some good calls coming out from their IGL. But Stony Brook right now just holding pat. Jet finally looking to peek out. Jamie's will be the first point of contact. He swings out with a smoke over on Gunny's eyes, so he can't see anything right now. Just have to fire blindly through the smoke, almost getting a shot onto Bullseye's. But Cartface will pick up the first onto Majestic, and Shion already on site planting Stony Brook to a 4-on-5 retake with a big gun disadvantage.
And there's Reina sitting in logs. Will it be cleared? It will. Bao finds it first. Gunny with
for
an
a
excellent
second.
shot.
4-on-3. Gunny now going forward, looking to get anyone on the ultimate. Can't find it. Jamie's will equalize it in a 3-on-3. Now Shion with another headshot. Jayhawks back into the advantage once more. Abel just firing until he's completely empty, and Cartface will take advantage of that. Gunny now has to do it all by himself, but will not be given the opportunity. Jayhawks for their first lead of the game.
A quick take from the Jayhawks once again leaves the Seawolves scrambling. Sorry, Gunny hit some excellent shots there along with Bao, but they just couldn't get past the hold they had on site from Jayhawks.
Now gun round coming back for Stony Brook, so you definitely do want to see them pull back into these gun rounds because they haven't won one just yet. Obviously, they've had fractured buys for the entirety of it, so
this might be their only full buy actually.
Yeah. So And not a good way to start it off as War instantly through the wall. Kaiser was trying to play a dangerous game, and he came out worse for it. Gunny will make up for his teammate's mistake with a headshot over onto Jamie's, but the duelists kill one. There's still a second one. Bao, what can you do from the back of sight? Will they clear him out? They will, but it's going to be a big spray from Bao, and it looks like he got good damage onto Xi'an, but no kill. So Majestic will have to clean it up instead. Swinging in with the Vandal. Still one player over towards B main. Does he know that War is there with that big LMG?
Smoked off once again. They have not much util for this retake. 2 Odins actually pointed their way from Xi'an and War, and it looks like the Seawolves will opt to just save. Which
Majestic doesn't want anything to do with that fight. As Stony Brook making the economical decision, trying to save their pockets a little bit. They will have 2 guns going into the next, so something to buy around, but nonetheless, you've now lost 4 rounds in a row. Don't hit the alarm button just yet, but it's getting close.
Yeah, this round, you can just kind of like try to brush it off. It was a very unfortunate start. War instantly finding a couple headshots through the wall onto Kaiser, who was, trying to do the same thing, but hopefully we can see a couple more guns bought this round. If not, it'll be a very broken buy, and it looks like it. We've only got a stinger on Gunny.
So Gunny, realistically, probably going to play a one-and-done kind of position. That's the impact that you would kind of expect from a stinger. Obviously, very high rate of fire, but gets through the clip very easily because of that.
It does look like he's opted to go for the Sheriff instead, which is a bit more of his signature. Same with Bao, also pushing up with a deagle, but once again, Jayhawks playing it real slow.
Just very passive positions. Pretty much no one taking any peeks, and this might be scouting directly on Stony Brook because they love those early fights. They love the one-on-one duels. So the Jayhawks say, you know what? We'll play the exact opposite style of you. We'll slow down these rounds. We'll look for more concise hits, and we'll try to get our duelists into advantages where your guns can't find one-on-ones, where it's going to be a little bit more messy, where we rely on our team play to get us through these rounds.
That spot from Jammies is directly to counter aggression from A. You can see all the way into A main from spawn. He does give it up now after taking out a Yoru clone, but with only 40 seconds on the clock, the
really
Jayhawks need to go up. A lot of site control still held by the Seawolves. They've got a couple of sonic sensors. Bao still playing a very forward angle, falls back after seeing them, and now here comes the hit.
Gunny getting the door closed on him. They're going to have to break it, and they do. So definitely a lot of spam potential coming out. But Jamie's already has the knife. You do not want to get hit by a single one of those. Bao going to get blinded as well as Gunny. And here comes the take. Jet through the smoke as well is going to be taking it out to Gunny, but Gunny has a sidestep around all of these Sova ultimates. Swinging in for a third. Gunny, can you get a fourth? And he does. Is it another ace? He gets another tag, but now into a one-on-one. Xi'an up against Kaiser. Mirror matchup for these heroes, and the bomb already planted. Kaiser getting off of it, and he will go down to Xi'an. Gunny with more heroics, but it comes up dry for his team. 5-2 for the Jayhawks.
Just run short of bullets there, and unfortunately, the Odin just too strong for this Jayhawks. Kaiser couldn't get the headshot in time. An unfortunate round to lose. Very close, but it was a thrifty. You can shake it off and try to go forward again. But soon, if this round doesn't go the way of the Seawolves, it might be time to hit that timeout button.
Yeah, just a little bit of a reset. Yeah. A minute's not a long time, but it can be enough to cause a serious impact for the game.
Yeah, slow down the enemy. Oh, an operator from Jammies instantly takes out Bao in mid, and once again, the Seawolves are in a man disadvantage going forward.
And last time we saw this was, of course, the spam coming out from B main, and that time the Jayhawks had no trouble converting the 5-on-4 into a round win.
Yeah, they took that 5v4 and instantly pushed up. Now they're playing a little slower because they don't have like the space to take right away. But a quick lean coming over from B while Jammy's still holding down mid with the operator.
Now Stony Brook still in a good position to take these fights on B. Their B setup has not changed at all, so Kaiser could look to drone out right now. He obviously did spot the shoulder of, I believe, Xi'an. Doesn't know exactly how many players are here, but Kaiser falling off to a more of a passive angle. Will throw that into B main to try to spot out many players, and he gets 4 people. So now knows he can throw at that ult. I don't believe he's tagging anyone on the first or the second. So the Sova ultimately will not get anyone.
He does break the Killjoy lockdown, which allows Majestic to keep playing on site and get a kill. That's Jammies caught by Gunny's ult, and Abel finds one
the
too.
second.
Majestic still playing on site.
Stony Brook with a great hold right now. Bullseye finally with a response for the Jayhawks, but it's probably too little too late. Abel can look to swing out right now and play a little bit aggressive. Bullseye.
There's just no time.
Yeah, does have to die in order to get any kind of loss bonus. And there goes Kaiser for the headshot. So Stony Brook, hey, they got the round that you were talking about. They got the third one, and they stemmed the bleeding. 5 rounds is all they get.
Yeah, Kaiser's ult, he didn't go for the kills because he saw the Killjoy lockdown coming in, and his ult was able to break that, letting Majestic continue to play on site.
Because Majestic would have been screwed regardless.
Yeah, Majestic got 2 kills from his location on site. The teamwork coming out from them, incredible. Site hold, Gunny's ult finally hitting someone. Just what the doctor ordered to get them back into the game.
Now, Bao, with this Judge, we saw Judges working very well for Stony Brook last week. Let's see if that trend can continue as Bao going to look for a little bit of a shoulder peek right there. It's a more forward position coming out from the Jayhawks. 2 people already pushing up into mid and 2 people pushing towards A, so this might be a quicker take coming out. But Abel and Bao are in a great place to just try to thwart it completely. Bao now peeking around. Will find one and gets the kill onto Bullseye. So a duel is killed. He gets traded out. Now War to find a player over towards mid. It was Majestic trying to rotate. Abel swinging out towards site. Will find the first, make that Gunny. Gunny will get a second in the round before falling over to Xion. And now it's all left up into Kaiser in a 2-on-1. Theoretically, the Jayhawks don't have to commit to a plant right now, but they will. Kaiser has a chance to get onto site. Spams out to one side. Spots Xion completely. And a nice swing coming out from the 2 remaining players will be the end of Kaiser. 6-3 for the Jayhawks.
A good hold from the Seawolves, but the Jayhawks just fire right back. Once again, taking the duels and getting the perfect trades to keep pushing up. Bao finds one with the shotgun, but he pushes just a little too far and gets traded away immediately. The Seawolves might have to start relying less on just getting frags. It seems like the Jayhawks really came to shoot back.
Now, that's one way that you can do it, or Stony Brook could try to start taking some initiative inside these rounds where you don't really see them taking any fights on their terms, as it's going to be a continued trend for Kansas as they're into the A site right away. Bullseye with 1, Jamie's with 2 before anyone goes down. And again, this double duelist is doing exactly what they need to, but I say that Stony Brook is trading back favorably. Now into a 2-on-3. Kaiser looking for some impact from far range. Going to throw in the drone as well to see what he can find of these 3 remaining players. Looks for a tag on 1. I don't think he hits it. He actually does. So no spam coming out regardless. Kaiser's going to have to break this wall. Reloading on the Stinger, as I said, such a low clip. Swinging out for a fight, does find one onto Bullseye cleanly, needs to reload, get some help from Majestic. Now it's all of a sudden a 2-on-1. War will go down as Kaiser collects and will put Stony Brook up to a 4th.
Excellent teamwork from Kaiser and Majestic to take that back. Majestic having his back from Heaven, saving his life there. And a Thrifty coming in for the Seawolves. That's exactly what you need. You need to get these last couple of rounds because the Seawolves are playing a double Sentinel setup. I'm sorry, they might not have the entry potential the Jayhawks have
Absolutely. But again, you obviously say that Stony Brook are willing to always take gunfights. It's not necessarily down to their agent.
That's
just
true.
Sometimes having that ability to know when they're taking fights can be enough for them. But obviously, it's kind of going to be a tale of 2 halves. One setup that's going to be favored towards the attacking side, and one setup here towards the defending side. So, this is what is going to be the known for this game. Going into next round, who really knows how double Sentinel will look against double Duelist when they're on their, the worst side for their respective characters.
Exactly.
Kaiser looking for a little bit of spam. Did find some onto Bullseye, I believe, a little bit earlier as we were talking. And now Kansas looking to work their way back towards A, just still sending these 2 players towards B main. I mean, it's been so surgical the way they've been moving around this map. It's you can tell they're a very coordinated team.
Exactly. They take a lot of space by themselves. the Seawolves have taken A main, but all of mid and B main has gone to the Jayhawks, and not liking what they see in 3, they rotate back to B. No one from the Seawolves has moved, though. They're still sitting right where they are. 2 players still on B to contest this.
Or looks like he's going to be the first one out, throwing some utility onto site. Kaiser looking to scan for as many bodies as he can find, trying to confirm to his team that this is a B hit, but at this point, Stony Brook should know what's going on. No one taking a fight, so it will probably be a full 5-on-5 retake as now Cartface getting the plant down, but there goes Kaiser for a headshot. Good way to start the round for Stony Brook. Now they're going to use that ultimate from Majestic Nuts to reveal everyone on the map, so Stony Brook knows exactly where these players are playing, but can they do anything about it in the 4-on-4? Kaiser looking to swing in onto site, not spotting anyone just yet, getting very, very far forward, then Xion takes him out. Bao nowhere near the action in a 2-on-3, trying to hold Jamie's into the corner, but he'll find the headshot instead. Now Abel on site will find one, but not the 3 required, and it's going to be Kansas up to a 7th round.
A good attempt, but the Jayhawks have excellent post-plant holes. They've not been rooted out of where their positions are at all. 3 people playing on site played together excellently, getting the 2 players who pushed in from the Seawolves.
And look at these ultimates, Nolan, coming out from Kansas on this last round. Obviously, use them or lose them, so you know they are.
Thanks.
And there's none on the side of the Seawolves, so this could be a tough round if the Jayhawks pop all of them.
Get out of my way.
A Marshall coming in from Bao, not even a full rifle.
Gonna need to find some headshots as he is gonna get peeked, doesn't look for it, now swings back out a little bit, but not gonna be able to find it, so just repositions, and now he is going to stack this B site for Stony Brook, looking for some spam shots.
Once again, Jayhawks pushing all the way up Cat. We got the Jet right in the smoke with knives. Majestic does find a nice kill onto War, pushing out in B main.
If Majestic continues to push, he's going to find an undefended spike, but there goes the Reyna to get it. And now Jamie swinging in. Abel takes him out first. Gunny for a 3rd. Now Stony Brook in such a good position to close out this round. Only the Omen ultimate up for the Jayhawks. They completely blundered every advantage they've had. Bao, if he spammed right there, could have found one, but Bullseye making it a little interesting. Omen ultimate online for Stony Brook, so Abel could reposition if he doesn't like this fight. Is just going to hold it instead. Bullseye obviously knows he's here, but has back up from Majestic to the top side.
It's a bit of an off angle too, so he might not expect the correct location. He does get his backup. 3 players
here from Stony Brook. Abel still looking for this fight, gets the spray down onto Bullseye, but he fades away with that nice ultimate from Reyna. Gunny looking for the taps, finds the first. Damage onto Bullseye as well, just trying to dance around the back of this site. Time is on his side. Gunny looking for the fight and finds the 3rd. Nice 5-7 split for Stony Brook, considering the way this half was looking for a little bit. Could have been a lot worse.
Exactly. You can never count Gunny out of his anchor position there. That last round, critical for them.
Yep.
A 5-7 half, a lot easier to come back from than a 4-8. And now this pistol, once again, we'll have to see what they can do. We've mentioned it before. 7-7, way better than 5-9.
Yep.
It's a huge gap to overcome.
And Stony Brook, hey, they did win their first pistol. So again, you might say 7-7 looks a lot better. Well, it also could have been 9-3 at this point.
That is
if
true.
they didn't win that pistol round.
Yeah. And that pistol round was all Bao with 4 kills on the Sheriff. Let's see if he can do it again, or if the other teammates of his will decide to steal the spotlight.
Now it's his time to take initiative as well, as he can choose all the fights that he wants. Call utility coming out from his teammates. Bao, haven't seen him on the Duelist before, has looked good so far, but can you be that carry on the offensive side when you know that you're the only Duelist on your team?
Exactly. Majestic fighting 2 people here in B main.
My camera is destroyed.
Jammy's taking a very off angle, but Majestic decides to give it up as the rest of the team decides to push towards tree.
Would be the call if they go very quickly onto this A site, as War is the only one there. Needs to rotate, and nice shot from Bao. That's going to be the site completely cracked open. Majestic will find a second one onto Cartface, so Stony Brook in such a good position, and they just keep on piling up these kills in the pistol round. It was what, 6-0 on the Pistols last week, and now it's 2-0. So Stony Brook making some much-needed adjustments, and they will claim the pistol round, setting themselves up perfectly to tie this game at 7 apiece.
Exactly. Now, if, Force Spy coming in for the Seawolf should ensure a round, but you never know. These, if the Jayhawks go for Sheriffs or whatever, this could be a thrifty, and the round could slip away. They still have to play it fairly carefully.
Don't count your chickens before they hatch is
Exactly.
the sage advice that you were providing all of us right now. Obviously, I can get a little bit ahead of myself. I'm the play-by-play caster. You know, I bring a little bit of the fire, a little bit of the hype. So obviously, I always go to the best possible version of where the Seawolves can go, or the worst.
And that's just what we need. We need all the hype. This is a great game, and we love to see the action.
So Bullseye going to be playing over towards the A site. Jamie's obviously playing the Jet. You expect to play towards that mid. The dash coming out from the Jet can set up a lot of operator shots, one-and-done type deals, or even if you just want to play on the Vandal. But Stony Brook, hey, taking out a page out of Kansas's book, they're playing this slow and just kind of moving around the map in a way that isn't going to allow their members to get picked off. Right now, it's Majestic, the only one alone, and as I say that, he will fall to war. So 5-on-4, but at least the Jayhawks don't know where all of these members are just yet, but they are stacking right. It's going to be 3 people on the A side as well as Bullseye who can quickly come over. And Stony Brook running into 4. They don't know what they're going to find just yet as Bao. First one into the site. They need good entries, but they're not finding them. Stony Brook falling down so far, but Abel trying to claw them back. 2-on-1. If he can get this done, it would be so massive for his team. Flanking around to the back. Can he clear the angle? And he doesn't. Cart face for a third. And again, Stony Brook might have counted their chickens before they hatched because now they're down 8-6.
And that was an expensive buy from the Seawolves. Gunny had a Vandal. Abel had a Bulldog. Those guns both went the way of Jayhawks now. This is an excellent economy from them, and the Seawolves are probably pretty broke. We got a Sheriff on Gunny, and he sells that. He's still deciding what he wants, I guess, but the economy heavily in the favor of Jayhawks now. The Seawolves will need to try to pick up a thrifty, or this game will start slipping pretty quick.
Absolutely. Gunny could always be the man to do it. Again, aces that he's had in the last couple of games, but instead of Gunny, it will be Majestic for the first headshot. Now Gunny, he's walking into an uncontested A site. If Stony Brook just hold up a little bit, they're going to know this very quickly. Oh my god, Gunny, you are in such a good position to win this round all by yourself. The only question is, can the spike get towards site first? Gunny still hasn't revealed his position and now gets a headshot onto Bullseye. Stony Brook in a 5-on-3 trying to return the thrifty favor that they received last round. And now Gunny has a Guardian to pick up. Might give it over to a teammate with more help. Instead drops the Sheriff. And it's a 5-on-3 retake. Can Kansas overcome this deficit?
A lot of spread locations from the Seawolves. Bao even checking for a flank, but all of the Jayhawks are grouping up in heaven for a quick retake. Drone coming in from Xi'an. Doesn't spot anyone. Is shot out from main.
Now here comes Kansas looking on the peak. They will get a smoke off right away. Little do they know, 4 players for Stony Brook reside behind it. Kaiser is the only one on site. But hey, Kaiser's apparently all you need because Kansas not even going to take a look at this one. 3 of them falling back, so Stony Brook go tit for tat with the Thrifties and will put themselves up to a 7th round.
Just what they needed. A lot of spike deaths coming in from the Seawolves, though. Looks like they opted to just go for a full buy next round instead of carrying over Guardians and Bulldogs. But exactly what they need to get back into it now. We should see a full buy coming from both teams. This might be our first gun round of this half, so I'm really excited to see what strategies these teams might opt to use.
And Bao's, importantly, the only one with an ultimate right now.
Yes. And that Yo ult can be significant for taking sites. An easy way to clear tight angles that you don't want to risk your life for. And he has a judge. He could be opting for a quick ult and kill play, but we'll have to see. Heavy B lean coming from the Seawolves with just Abel over on the A side.
I gotta say, when you have the judge in your crouch but moving around, the crosshair becomes mesmerizing. Excuse me, as it's shrinking, expanding. That's all I was focused. Yeah, there we are.
There it is. Yeah,
just going back and forth. Bao now finally getting off of that angle as his teammates have spread out around the map. Gunny on a good position to start for a late flank or hold off these rotates, but here comes the ultimate from Bao, looking to get in onto site and just trying to find anyone he possibly can. Bao trying to do his best to clear out all of these different angles as he finally gets in, looks for the judge and finds it onto War. Second one from Kaiser. They're hitting this site perfectly so far, already setting up a 5-on-3 retake. Bullseye looking to get into this site. Gunny also in a very, very strong position. Does look like they know where he is. Nonetheless, can they do anything about it? Bullseye should be the first one in. Looking to flash out. There goes Jamie's onto site, but Bao will pick up Cartface and Abel for the final two. Stony Brook flawless in this round, tied at 8.
Excellently played. We saw the judge play come from the Euro Gate Dimensional Drift, which is just what I was hoping to see, and they just completely flooded the site following the ult. That was excellently played from them, and the Jayhawks just couldn't retake. We did see some of the Jayhawks were on lower buys. I believe Bullseye had just the Stingers, so perhaps they'll be on another broken buy this round. I'm not sure.
Stony Brook definitely with an opportunity to take the lead on this map.
Exactly.
Obviously, they had it for a little bit, then lost out on it. So it'll be the first time since, what, they were up 2-1 that they had the lead.
Round 3 was the last time, yeah.
Majestic trying to be that first guy for his team. Obviously, the Cypher does not feel as strong on the offensive side, but hey, those trips, they can spot out flanks every once in a while. They can still get their value.
Yeah, Gunny going all the way up into market.
Ooh.
Spots 2, tagged by the Marshal.
Doesn't know his second player's there, and Xi'an will find him because of it. So Gunny going down for a little bit of an oversight. Bao looking for a dangerous fight. Smoke coming off, so Cartface trying to get away and just use that small teleport to do so. So Stony Brook knows where one is, and Bao tagged him up just a little bit, but the hit is going to be over towards the A site, and War is the only one that could prevent it. Majestic does look like he'll be the first one going in. They could wait for Bao. Obviously, the Duelist preferred to entry a little bit more.
And we got Bao set off a clone over on A, trying to keep them over on that side. But here comes the hit. Dart
Or
comes in.
only on a classic. Where are the rest of his weapons? He's just going to have to fall back completely. He's in no position to try to hold this site. Little does he know someone's coming behind him, and Stony Brook, 2 kills instantly. Again, the A site is taken. And realistically, they can just close out this round. I don't know how Kansas can justify going for this retake.
They might, but with all the lost weapons, they will have to try to die to either the enemies or the spike. But the question is, do you want to take the fights and try to give up ult orbs, or just lose the bomb? And Bao's here on a late flank, coming up behind all of them.
It's a double Marshall retake, and Bao's just going to blow up this round as he finds another 2. Abel swings out for the third. 2 out of the 3 being headshots, and Stony Brook back into the lead 9-8.
Bao taking all types of map control that round. That's exactly what I was hoping to see from him playing the Yoru. We saw him take a fight on A, leave clones there to make a decoy noise. Excellently handled by the Seawolves.
And again, I don't know, Nidalee, specifically what the state of Kansas's economy is, but it really feels just super awkward considering the way that this half started with the the thrifties going back and forth. So I think they're on a bit of a half buy right now. I might be mistaken, as it looks like they do have some Vandals through the silhouettes of the wall.
I think this might be their first full buy, because they had like 2 Marshals and an Outlaw last half. We saw a War with just a classic, but here Jammies is holding a judge, I believe, on the other side.
Very tight angle. You do not want to be the first person in and around that corner. Majestics is going to be and instantly falls. Jamie's nice play for him, pushing to get the Vandal. He's going to get punished for that, and Gunny will find a second. Overzealous from Jamie's, and now his team might suffer because of it. Xi'an will look to trade and does find Gunny out in the open. Stony Brook in a bit of a weird position right now. He is trapped, and Kaiser will benefit. The utility throw out from Gunny, doing a little bit from beyond the grave. Stony Brook in a good 3-on-2 position, but right now this is a round that Kansas needs to win. They need to find their shots entering into this site, and speak of the devil, Cartface will be the first one. Bao knows where Cartface is, now revealed the second player, so he has all the information. Cartface with a great shot around the corner. It's all left onto Kaiser. They know he's on the back of the site. Kaiser, can you dance around, finding the first one? It could be deadly to the Jayhawks, and there it is. Kaiser for the 3K. Stony Brook up to 10, and they're rolling on the offensive side.
Insane from Kaiser there, that hold in Boathouse after all his teammates are falling around him. He popped his ult there, but decides not to go through with it because they're pushing up with him. I believe he hit Bullseye with the dart earlier.
Yep. So that revealed the play, which is why we saw the aggressive stance coming out. I believe coming forward from Bow. I might be mistaken by that.
I believe. But Cardface hit an insane shot there too. He's really firing on all cylinders. Jammies with a quick push out with the knives.
Gunny still looks like he wants to take the fight. I think he got a headshot through a wall as well, so with good reason. Stony Brook in a health advantage, but obviously there is a big ultimate advantage, but one detained from Stony Brook. Good job, double entry for them. It's just every time they come into the site, they find these gunfights. Shion will find one, but that's just a consolation prize as he falls instantly after that. Gunny, what the hell was that? And Stony Brook, as quick as you like, will be up to 11.
What a shot. Gunny he wants this over. He feels the end of the game approaching. He wants to win.
We might have to interview him and ask him who the hot date is, because holy crap, he's playing well.
He's got to get going, but the Jayhawks seem to be getting a little nervous. That's another overzealous push coming from them, causing them to lose 2 players and lose sight instantly. Their War gets caught out by Gunny's ult because he follows Jammies in. Jammies dashes away, but War's kind of just stuck there. Can't really move that fast.
Gunny looking for some more dimensional drift coming out from Bow. He used this to entry so well last time. Will get underneath Heaven, just spotting out as many players as he can. Coming out of the ultimate, he's taken all the space that his team needs. Going to be an interesting 5-on-5 retake. Couple ultimates for both the teams to try to play around with, and the first frag belongs to Majestic. Headshot onto Cartface, who's been so good for the Jayhawks. They definitely don't want to play without his gun, but they have to in this round. Majestic for a second onto War. Now all 3 of these players coming from Heaven. Gunny will have a shooting range, but instead it's Abel onto Jammies, Abel onto Bullseye, and Abel looking for a third. Will just rush through it for the smoke, but instead it will be a triple for Majestic. Stony Brook with another flawless round up to match point.
Their confidence is back for the Seawolves.
Yep.
They're firing, they're running it down, and getting the fights they need. Majestic finding that kill in mid gets his ult off, and after all 4 of the Jayhawks were revealed there, it was kind of over. All eyes were on them, and the Seawolves, they're fighting back now. They've got 4 chances to close this map out, and I'm not sure how good their buy is coming from the Jayhawks.
And I also want to highlight one thing. The Jayhawks have only won 1 round on this entire half. Stony Brook has to be playing with house money at this point in terms of confidence. As Bow going backwards a little bit, as he's not going to take the entry. Instead, he'll bait in Gunny. Majestic will trade out his life, though, so Stony Brook know that they can crack open onto this site. Majestic for a second one, another headshot from him. He's just flying through his opponents right now as Stony Brook already onto the site. Kaiser will look through the plant. Bullseye might look to swing, but I believe the door is actually down. Bow with another 2 kills. It's so easy for the Seawolves on this offensive half. Bullseye just fighting for his life. Abel flying around a corner, spinning around. They don't care at this point, but they might want to, as Bullseye has thrown together so many kills. I think that was 3 headshots in a row, so Kaiser, you want to do a little clutch for the end of this map? Kaiser up towards Heaven, just trying to bait out his shoulder around to find out Bullseye. Plant is not for him, but spots out the gun. Kaiser, you got to know that this defuse is being stuck. Just going down onto site, now revealing his position. Bullseye knows where he is, but gets spotted out anyways through the wall. Kaiser, again, going for the drone this time. Kaiser just using his utility so well, dancing around the site, and finishes off with the shorty. Attackers win. That means Stony Brook will pick up map 1, and they only lose 1 round in the second half to do it.
They got real close on that last half, though. They really tried to style on Bullseye.
Yeah. He was having none of it.
They almost picked the wrong agent. Bullseye healed off of all the damage they did. Kaiser very well could have lost that if he didn't play that as well as he did.
Yep.
But once again, once the time started running out, we see him also styling on him, pulls out the shorty. excellent play from the Seawolves to come back from that first half, which felt like it was slipping at the
Yep,
beginning.
it definitely did. And with that, we will send it over to a quick break before we get into
hold. It was fake.
Spike down A.
Launching smoke.
Last player standing.
This goes here. Oh, this is a nice place. This should do. They found my wire. Cage triggered.
Satchel out. Satchel out. Grenade!
One enemy remaining. Spike down B.
Gun here. Gun here.
Take hold. Where are you? Bring them down. Bring them down.
One enemy remaining.
I'll find you.
After clearing it, but we see Spike heading further up towards B. Busy through hookah to clear sight, but no one from Jayhawks are rotating. They're still all sitting on A. As I say that, the fade does start moving over.
Stony Brook could look for a late A hit here. Obviously, they can utilize the teleporter on the B side of the map in order to get over their teammates A, but looks like it's just a late push-up here for Showers. Stony Brook still so far spread out considering we're underneath a minute to play in this round. Gunny for the first shots down range. Not exactly at anyone. He might just be trying to sell some presence right now to the Jayhawks, but they're not buying it, considering they still have 3 people to A, but here comes the rotate, so Gunny might be doing his job.
30 seconds
30
left.
seconds
Cutting
left.
it real close here. They got to
Stony-
go
It's
fast.
still enough time to spring onto site as long as you have an idea of what you want to do. Peek out onto Gunny. He's going to lose it to Cartface, so now the jig is probably up that Stony Brook is going towards A as they have
There.
players advancing on both sides. Majestic will get the required entry, but it's a 2-on-3. Stony Brook with the plant. Need to make up for the man disadvantage. Bow on site. Looking to peek around Heaven, but gets dropped to Jamies, who's on de-elevated angle. Abel, last one. Bomb not planted for him either. Going to need to use this utility as well as he can. Free fight onto Shion. It will drop him.
James is sticking.
Just sticking it,
Gets
gets it
off.
halfway, then goes for the peak. Good headshot from him, and it will get the Jayhawks up to a 3-1 advantage.
a lot closer than I expected it to be. Abel running over a Thrash to get a kill there, trying to clutch it up for his team, but just couldn't find that last kill. Close one from the Seawolves. Interesting strategy from them, really playing the clock. Their rotates didn't exactly go their way, but it is a new look from them, which I really like to see.
You absolutely do love to see it from the Seawolves as, you know, still round half in a good position for them. Obviously going to be on a lighter buy this time, so unlikely to get a round win, but, you know, you got to remember that they've been really good on the defensive side of this map. I would say they've probably been better on the defensive side than the offensive side, specifically because of Gun.
Exactly, his anchoring and his util. Quick push up though, they've taken all of garden control here. Dizzy goes, and there's Majestic satcheling into the back.
Just flying in, he's taking so much space for his team, exactly what he needs to do.
Hookah's not cleared yet, and Xi'an trying to take shots.
There goes Kaiser in for one nice headshot before instantly falling back. Spike planted as well, so things are getting very chaotic for a round that the Jayhawks should have had a good advantage on. Late flank coming out. Well, they spotted out. Cartface finds the first headshot, but that's all he can get. Now he might get swung by multiple players of the Seawolves, and that's exactly what happens. Gunny will drop a Cartface with a huge double team for his double kill for his team. Kaiser still making something of this. 2-on-2. He has nothing but a classic to his name, and they know exactly where he is. Kaiser just trying to hide in the corner. He can't for that long. Gunny, can you have another clutch in you? Looking for the ultimate, not going to hit it. Still with the Vandal in his hand. One shot headshot potential there, and he will find it. Gunny with a 3K and a clutch. Stony Brook to 2.
Insane from Gunny, but also I'm very surprised that ult missed. That's incredible movement coming out from the Jayhawks Rays. I'm sorry, I don't remember their name actually.
I believe it's Jamies is
Ja-
playing the Rays right now.
Oh no, it's Bullseye.
Is it? Okay.
It's Bullseye, yes. But coming real close there, the Seahawks did get pinched in Garden by Cartface. That could have gone very poorly, but once again, they
Considering
just
he got 2 as well,
yeah.
you know?
But the Seawolves, you know, they just shoot back and take the lead again.
Nice opening from Majestic. 2 from him instantly. Stony Brook very quick onto the A site, and that's the round.
That's it. Yeah, all of the site is theirs. Gunny sees
One enemy remaining.
Cartface, but Bao decides to TP over just to kill him, and now Xi'an stuck in spawn with a sheriff, and
He's just saying, guys, where'd you go?
that was a aggressive push coming from the Jayhawks. Nice
So,
shot from
yeah,
Xi'an.
he does deny
but
the flawless, and, you know, that is a gun taken over, but Abel won't let it slide any further, and we are tied at 3.
Interesting play from the Jayhawks, though, because all 3 of them pushed up into main, and they just fell to a crossfire from the Seawolves. It looks like the Seawolves were ready for that. They kind of planned for it.
So, now we're getting into the point of the half where the Seawolves can really start to run away with the lead, or we can start to see them just continue to go tit for tat in these gun rounds. Question is, what do you think we see from the strategy coming out of the Seawolves? Do you think you continue to see them aggressive like they were last round, or now that you're back into the gun rounds, do you think they do what they're doing right now and continue to do it, just spreading out across the map, looking for these fights, looking to play advantages.
I think they'll probably continue with their slow play because it is working fairly well. Their fast plays do end up a little scrappy. They all get like caught in garden and have to like fight their way out. I think playing it slow is their best bet here, but they have taken a lot of space. Gunny spotted out by the spy cam, but he takes the space right back.
Cartface with a great shot on Gunny, who was swinging around a corner. Now he gets the opportunity to spot out every member on the enemy team, so knows that this is going to be an A play. But Stony Brook, will they end up committing for it? These teleporters can be so huge on this map. Majestic has to get out of this. Ultimate just barely does. 1 HP, still finds a kill.
Spike down
Majestic
A.
on this site, getting healed up now. Kaiser looking for the plant. An awkward 4-on-3, but again, anytime that you have the spike down, it's like having a man by yourself, but there goes Majestic. Kaiser again with another kill. He's gotten so many impact frags, but it's a clutch left up to Bao. Finds another spam shot. Can he actually win this one out? 14 HP, Cart face to face against. Oh, was on such a good angle if he held it for a second longer. Cart face looking for the halfway defuse. Might stick it fully. There comes the peek from Bao. Gets him off and lower. Cart face looking for the clutch but doesn't find it. 3 kills for Bao. 4-3 Seawolves.
14 HP, that's more than he needs. Excellently played from Bao there. Almost losing out to the timing, just looking away at the wrong time, but just managed to clutch it out. Excellent timing on the swing. And now the lead is in the hands of the Seawolves. This is their first time there, and they should have a full buy. If, like you said, if we see them start to pull away, this is when we'll see it.
Yeah, absolutely. And Stony Brook, they really could just, I mean, they're probably going to go ahead and win this round. But again, when they start rolling on these halves pretty much, it's an old story. But stick with me for a second. Virtus Pro in the early days of CSGO were known as the Virtus Plow.
Yeah.
Because as soon as they got one round and they got the second, they were going to go for 10.
Yeah.
And that kind of feels what Stony Brook is like, is once they get those 2 rounds strung together, they really are hard to stop. And Bao, hey, they're proving me right now as Stony Brook already another plant onto the site, going for a 5-on-5. We've seen them hold harder takes than this, considering it's just going to be classics and sheriffs coming out. Cartface the first one to fall, maybe the biggest scout to find on Kansas, as now Stony Brook just need to do a little jog downhill, find these final 2 players. And another one coming out from Majestic looking for an ace, but Gunny takes it away. Gunny saying, only I can ace on this team.
That's unfortunate for Majestic. I feel for him, but Gunny really doesn't want to be the second place, I guess.
There.
Excellent from them, though. They had a lot of space on B side now because, like you said, their confidence going up from stringing together the first 2 rounds. They played that a lot faster and weren't confined to Garden. A much cleaner round coming out from them. Flawless, even.
Now into another gun round. So this is the important one that you're talking about. It's the one where you can stem the bleeding if you are Kansas, or if you're Stony Brook, you just have bloodlust on your eyes and continue to go forward. Shion looking for an aggressive fight with Bullseye, who gets tripped up in this utility, looking for a peek anyways, as he has a teammate supporting from the teleporter. Kaiser trades one back, and now Bao will put Stony Brook in a good place, and Stony Brook just rolling like I said. Roll, baby, roll, and they're going to pick up a 6th. I mean, it's just, how do you even play against that? That's just 5 kills in something like 10 seconds.
The teamwork coming through. Abel's Thrash comes around through sight and hits Bullseye, who doesn't expect sight to have fallen because he's fighting over in showers, and that's a free kill for Kaiser, who swings on the detained player. And then players in the teleporter just fall. The Jayhawks seem to be scrambling a little bit. They can't really shoot back, and now
it feels like they don't know what's happening.
Exactly.
You know, it's just like Stony Brook are in their heads. But I say that, Jamie's proving me wrong right away with 2 headshots. That's a great way to start this round, as they do need to look for a thrifty. They absolutely need one at this point. Although don't count Stony Brook out until they've actually lost the round.
And the Jayhawks playing it smart. They fall back. They don't try to aggress, take the guns. They fall back to site, and now Seawolves have to find somewhere else to go. They leave Abel over on B, slowly pushing up, while they decide to test their luck on A.
Abel might be able to find a lot if he goes into this round slowly, as There's only 2 players lurking on B, like very far towards the back, and Bao turning around after showing a little bit of face. It's because of this tripwire. That's the information that I was missing. So Abel finds it, now breaks it. So Stony Brook just trying to throw a lot of misdirection on this map.
A lot of noise coming here. Rotates, slowly moving over to the B side. Where
Slowly getting a little bit quicker now. So Bao will put the smokes down. Abel should be able to work his way through without too much drama, as pretty much everyone is held back towards spawn. Abel,
30 seconds
location
left.
revealed, no one able to spam him out. Now we'll remove the dart. No one going for fights just yet. Now Abel working his way up to a very, very strong part. Can't break that. Will get tethered towards the site, but Abel will actually pick up one with his own utility. So great play from him coming out. Is just dancing around this box. 2 different players trying to turn onto another one, but Bao will pick it up instead. 2-on-1. Plant needs to go down right now, so it will come out safely. Kaiser playing oversight. Jamie's the last one up. He's so low, and Stony Brook has gotten 4 kills, while the Jayhawks have only picked up 1 since those first 2, but Jamie's did start off this round with 2 headshots, trying to finish it the same way. Coming around to Bao. One quick shot, and he's not going to find it, so Kaiser will swing out, pouncing on his prey instantly, and Stony Brook up to a 7th.
a good try. If Jayhawks had guns there, I believe they win that round. but
Probably.
the gun advantage just shines for this Sea-Wolves. They just plow right through the B retake.
And they gave just enough misdirection after losing those first 2 kills to
Yeah.
kind of keep the map spread out and just be able to walk into sight virtually uncontested, which really should not happen in a 5-on-3.
Exactly.
Where are
The Jayhawks were playing really cautious back there after those first 2 kills, which might not have been the best play.
Kaiser tested instantly. Bullseye will find 2. That's exactly what they needed, but I said that last round. I said the same exact thing because Stony Brook still in it. Obviously, this time
They have the guns.
the Jayhawks have the gun, so that might be the difference maker. Nonetheless, Stony Brook already up 7-3. They're playing with house money a little bit.
And the Jayhawks are playing more aggressive this time. They haven't given up the space on showers. You see the fade sending util down long. Gunny taking a long-range fight. War is very
so
low.
Gunny might look for a spam. If he shot right there, I think he might actually have had them. So Stony Brook just finding the smallest of advantages, trying to claw their way back in. Majestic probably going to need to win this fight against Shion.
What
And
a
it's
shot.
a free one offered up. Abel now pushing in alongside his teammate. They could find another free one onto Bullseye if they're quick about it, and they will. Stony Brook make it a 3-on-2, excuse me, out of nowhere. Again, how do they keep getting away with this? Gunny now just trying to peek around. They know where Jamie's is because he's making so much noise. Good utility coming out. Plant will go down. And now the Jayhawks have to retake from a poor advantage. Jamie's seems to know where Gunny's going to go. Shoulder peeking around. Now Gunny spots him out as well. So Gunny will just back up a little bit. Cartface pulling his weight, finding Abel, but Gunny will return the favor with a shot through the wall.
that's
And
the
there it
round.
goes. Gunny with the ultimate. We talked about him hitting them in the beginning, and there he is.
He has 30 health, but he really opened up that round there, kind of finding War and then Bao.
Last round in the half.
Sorry, not Bao. Majestic
Yep.
in showers, finding those kills with Abel onto the players holding there. Incredible how they turned it around. That's 2 rounds in a row. They went from a quick 3v5 to a
Yep.
win. This,
Now, obviously, that's not a method for sustained success, but when
not,
you
but
can do that, that's huge. So,
It is incredible how they can
yeah,
find the weak points after
after losing so
many.
much.
Yeah.
So now it is the last round before the swap. So Stony Brook trying to get up to 9. Obviously, they've won the the half handedly, regardless.
And this round is critical for the Jayhawks. A 3-9, they say there's a curse, but it's not sustainable. And the kills go the way of them, but it's traded out. Abel finding Cardface and Jammies. That's
Stony Brook just cleaning up Hookah, but there's going to be another 3 members there. Majestic, I don't think he even realized he was going to hit that. Picks up another one with the utility, and all of a sudden it's a 4-on-1. Absolutely no way for Bullseye to work his way back into this one, as everyone knows exactly where he is. He's just getting utility dumped towards him, and Gunny will pick up a headshot for the 9-3. And I don't think a curse is scaring the Seawolves at this
I
point, because
think
they're just rolling through this game.
near the end of that, you see the Jayhawks. They're kind of scrambling. They 3-man teleported there, trying to instantly take a fight back. Even when they have the first kill advantage, they kind of can't really capitalize on it. The Seawolves found their groove and they're just plowing through like the CS team you mentioned.
Absolutely. Might have to workshop a little nickname for them based off of that because it's been such a consistent trend. They just string together rounds so well. Obviously, the downside of that is that Virtus Pro
No
was
charges.
also susceptible to getting blown out themselves.
Yes.
Because there were some games in which they just simply did not get going. That's, the problem that you always want to avoid. But hey, when it works, it
works.
really works.
And here we go into the second pistol of the game. If this goes the way of the Seawolves, it could be the game if they can capitalize on it.
Bao not going to take any of those initial fights. He's just going to leave it up to a little bit more strategy. And Bao, as I say that, will pick up one anyways. Abel, working around the side of the site, will find the one fired of him. And now Bao just still dancing around. Knows where Cartface is, could try to peek out rapidly, and there he goes for the headshot. 3-on-2. Bao around another corner looking for this one onto Jamie's. Has some support from his teammates, and he gets a third. Gunny will pick up the one just before that, and he will defuse the spike as well. Stony Brook up to a 10th already.
2 rounds away from match point, and unless something like last game happens, this next round should go their way, but we saw what happened last time. I don't want to jinx it, but...
Yeah, I mean, listen, I was pulling up the classic don't count your eggs before they hatch.
Exactly.
Don't do it again.
Yeah.
You didn't win the map just yet. You didn't win the match just yet. You didn't get to 4-0 just yet. Remember, that's what the Seawolves are playing for.
Yeah.
And do got to mention, because we were looking at this beforehand, they still have yet to play the other undefeated team in their league, which will be the match next week. So that will be a very, very big one to watch.
Yeah. And here we go into the round.
Bring them
Jamie's might look to go a little bit quick here as trying to flip this script right now as he goes instantly into the fire, but he's going to fall instead. Stony Brook with 4 in the opening 10 seconds of the round, and Cartface is just questioning where his team went as he has nothing to do but fall to Gunny's stinger. And 11, it's just 11. That's all I have
Yeah.
to say.
We were so busy talking, the round pretty much was over by the time we got back into it. That was incredibly fast. We did see a couple force buys coming out from the Jayhawks, though. I'm not sure if they'll have a full buy this round. We'll have to take a look. Because if they lose this round, that's a 3-12, and that is an insane
There.
number of rounds to come back to.
Yeah, I mean, it's the point where you can really just trip over the finish line if you are the Seawolves.
Yeah.
War is going to potentially look for some quick peeks with this Guardian. Instead, he thinks better of it because he would have been a lot of utility thrown his way. Bao will instead get the first. Marshall going to be more like an operator in this round, considering there's probably lighter armor coming out.
Actually, that's an outlier. It pretty much is an operator. 140 body shot.
Yeah.
Does he expect Cartface here?
No, he does
No,
not.
he
So
does
Cartface
not.
will get a free one.
That
War
is a gun picked up for Cartface as well.
could challenge over onto Majestic, but I think Majestic hearing that Guardian doesn't want anything to do with that battle.
Guardian can be lethal in the right hands. Now, we do see Jammies is pushed really far up in B. He's taken all of gun. He's pushed into sight with nothing but a Marshal, and
Gunny will pick him up easy as you like. I mean, hey, a free kill's a free kill. Gunny still in hookah, could look to find another duel up against War. Back turned right now, but he turns around in time. Gunny with another headshot and is going to look to
remaining.
press his advantage as Kaiser
down
drops the
B.
spike. And it's all left up to Cartface. Does get another kill onto Gunny, so could make something interesting. It would need to be an ace clutch coming out from him, and he's going to get a lot of utility thrown his way. Kaiser just dancing around, kind of laughing at him. Is that a knife from Majestic? No,
No.
it won't be. Just the Spectre coming out, and defenders up to a 12th Seawolves,
Match
one
point.
round away.
a little crazy there at the end. Both sides kind of just shooting around the teammates, but hey, the round goes the way of Seawolves, and Jayhawks are in quite a bit of trouble. That last round would have been their force buy. This might not.
I don't know what guns
Yeah.
they have coming in, because there was someone with a sheriff, there was a couple of lighter buys coming out for them, so they might have something coming into this round. But I
Hopefully.
definitely don't think it's the guns you want to have when you're down 12-3.
Yeah. Quick shower presence coming in.
Abel will pick up the first, and Stony Brook already into a 5-on-4. They might just start to look to press the advantage as Abel finds a second. Gunny will pay for his mistake, but Stony Brook pick up another 2, and it's again a 4-on-1 as soon as the round starts. all left up to poor Cartface as he's just getting hunted
And-
by a pack of hungry Seawolves. He's getting detained. Knife coming out from Bao, and that will be the map. Stony Brook take it 13-3, taking the match 2-0, and will advance still undefeated 4-0.
Unbelievable from the Seawolves, stringing together, I believe most of their rounds was in a row.
Yep.
They really had fun with it at the end there, even getting a knife kill over.
For all the other Stony Brook Esports matchups coming this week. Nidalin, thank you so much for joining me again, and
Thank
we
you.
will kick it over to a quick break. So we are back. Unfortunately, you are not going to get to see Bao's face as we are interviewing Bao instead of Kaiser. So, Bao, how are you?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good myself. You know, considering the fact that you just came off a 2-0, you're now 4-0 inside your league, and that game really didn't look too competitive. What's your confidence like? What's the team like?
Well, my team, we put in the work, and so if you put in the work, obviously the practice makes perfect. And I'm not saying we're perfect, but every time we do practice, we gradually get better and closer as a team. And our mindset going into this game was we were just gonna win, and that's what we did.
Keep it simple. I mean, honestly, if it works, it works. I got to talk about the fact that you guys, when you feel like you get around, I feel like you just go and go and go and go, and the momentum does not slow down. Is that something you realize in game, or is that just something that you realize happened after the fact?
Well, momentum is always a thing, especially when we are playing games like this. But it's good to keep it going, just 'cause when it does happen, we're not like too serious about it. We're not like calling timeouts to stop momentum or anything like that. It's just when we do win, we're happy and everyone's having fun. And when you have fun, you play your best. So obviously, there's a little bit of joking around here
Yep.
and there when someone whiffs or someone voice cracks, like Kaiser. He's 40, but he's voice cracking. But you know, when it does, when we start winning like that, it's just momentum carries us, and I sort of feel it during the game, but it's like it's mainly just confidence level. Like we're all confident in ourselves, but also in each other, and we can trust each other, and that's why we win.
Absolutely. And speaking of Kaiser, not only him but also Gunny are your co-IGLs inside the game. What's it like with them over the comms? Do they keep it clear? Do they keep it just precise? Or does it get a little bit messy when you guys are in the heat of the moment?
If I'm gonna be honest, they are co-IGLs, but mainly everyone like contributes to comms, obviously, and so like if someone has a play they want to play, they just call it. I think they try their best to maintain comms, but it can get a little messy because me and Majestic Nuts like arguing a little bit. But it's like friendly banter here and there, obviously. But I don't know. It's fun, and like if a game is fun, you're gonna win.
All right. So that has been Bao on the interview. Again, congratulations for another win. You'll be playing up against the second best team, well, at least in terms of win-loss ratio in your conference next week. So, again, good luck in that one. And thank you so much for listening to this broadcast. Again, Stony Brook taking this matchup against Kansas 2-0 and advanced to 4-0 on the year. Thank you so much for listening and watching. See you again next week.